Evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Thought I would do just a little video here. Uh, I do a little bit of 22 shooting from time to time. The odd time. I'm not a big 22 person. I never was. The odd time I go hunting rabbits with Dad or whatever, I'd rather carry a shotgun than carry a 22. But anyway, there was always controversy in years past in our game laws here. Um, because you couldn't take the 22s out when the open deer season was going on. So really, you can only take them out after the deer season. So that's why I use the shotgun all the time, because you could take it out whenever and carry slugs or SSG or spread shots, and you could be safe and not worry about a game warden stopping you during the big game season having a 22 with you. But they've changed that, and now you're allowed. So I've got 3 guns here and a little bit of ammunition. Just kind of going to go over it and the basics of 22s. They're nothing fancy. They're just hunting guns. They're not worth a pile of money. They're not really big-time ticket items, collector's items. They're just hunting guns. So I'll turn the camera around and we'll get to the video. Okay, so what we have here is my first 22 I ever owned in my life. Cooey Model 39, very common here in Canada. It's like everybody's 22 type deal. Everybody had at least 1 or 2 dozen of these things. Just your basic single shot 22 short, long, and long rifle. Basic hunting gun. This is an older one with the walnut stock. It's got the metal trigger guard, metal butt pad, or as they used to call it, accoutrements, like, not plastic. So it's got the little leaf sight in the back there, little V-notch. Very accurate little gun. Killed quite a few rabbits with it, actually, and shot a lot of targets with it. And this is my Model 33 Remington in the middle here. Single shot 22. They're both from the same time period, so that gives you an idea of a competitor's guns back then. The Remington having a longer barrel by about 4 inches. But single shot 22, same idea. Steel trigger guard, walnut stock, open sights. A hunter's gun. And then we have my dad's Springfield 87A or 84A, I forget now, but semi-automatic tube fed 22 short, long, and long rifle, but it's only able to shoot shorts if you use the option on there. I'll flip the gun over here. You can lock the bolt in place right there to shoot a single shot, and then you can shoot shorts. So any one of these guns you can pick up fairly common in, on the gun posts here and Canadian gun nuts. You'll see them Savage Springfields around, and you'll see the odd Remington and a lot of Cooeys, and they've gone up in value quite a bit from what they used to be. I remember you used to be able to get a Cooey 22 like that for, I don't know, like 40, 50 bucks, and maybe in some cases you still can, but if you go on there now and look, those things are selling between $150 and $250. It's kind of crazy, really, for a 22. The Remington might be a little bit more on the collectible side. It's not quite as common, but same idea, $200, $250 maybe. And these tube-fed guns are really, really neat. I think it'll hold 15 long rifles. I think it'll hold 18 longs, and I think it'll hold 25 shorts. But I've never had it loaded up like that, but my dad likes using it. He shoots rabbits with it and whatnot. Goes out and comes to the range sometimes, and he'll pop off a few rounds into it. But if a person is looking for, basic 22s to go out in the deer or in the bunny bushes with, I should say, not the deer woods, but the bunny bushes, well, these are 3 choices that you'll see more commonly in my neck of the woods. Now, I don't know about anybody else's, but there's a lot of 22s out there, and, they all shoot really well. They're good little guns, great for getting, young people into shooting, that are recoil shy or just getting to learn how to use a gun. They're very safe. The semi I wouldn't, use for somebody just starting out. You could, but I I would use something like this here. You know, one shot at a time, go over the safety rules, whatnot, you know. But let's look at some ammo we have here. Now, this is just stuff I picked up locally. So what we got here is some 22 shorts right here on the far right. CCIs, and they are like high velocity shorts. I think they're around says they're 1105 feet per second. 27 grain bullet, hollow point. Up close and personal, and you know, you could kill rabbits with it and whatnot, and they're fun to shoot paper with. But I'll tell you, they're not cheap. There's 100 in that box, and I just bought that box a week ago at my local Canadian Tire, and they were over $20. So definitely not cheap anymore. And then we go to some Federal Auto Match. Now, I haven't ever used this ammo. I was told it's pretty accurate, and I like what it says there, ideal for semi-autos. So it's a 40 grain bullet, a little heavier, lead bullet. So that'll be good for all your general plinking purposes and hunting purposes, you know, for rabbits, small game, whatever. That 325 round box cost me just about $50. I kid you not. Them boxes used to be like $19, $18, and it's just gone up crazy amounts. Now here's an ammo that I'm looking forward to try. Never tried it before. Whoops, dropped some ammo there. Never tried those before. Segmented hollow points, and they're really high velocity. 1640, that's trucking right along. 32 grain varminting bullets, so I would say you could probably, you know, kill your rabbits, fox. I would say like if you had to get rid of raccoons or some pesky muskrats or something. Would it kill a coyote? Maybe at a moderate range of, I'd say 40 yards or so closer. You get your coyote, hit him in the head. But what I'd be interested to see is how they're going to perform when it says segmented. Apparently the bullet breaks up into 3 pieces, and it's like a serrated thing. There's like little cuts there inside the hollow point. They break apart. I guess to kind of cause a bigger wound channel or whatnot. And I've had these for a little while here. These are Agia or Aguila, however you pronounce it. They're just your standard 22, copper plated. I've used them in all my 22s. They shot good. They haven't been available at Canadian Tire in a bit. All this ammo came from Canadian Tire. What else can I really say? There are other ammo, like other shells you can get. There's like the quiet ones, like the 710 foot per second ones. I don't have any right here with me to show you, but they'd be very similar to the shorts with a small lead bullet, and they're just really light loads for shooting like garden pests like snakes, or I guess you could shoot a rabbit up close and personal, you know, maybe 15, 20 feet from you, but I wouldn't go pushing it past beyond. Just somebody asked the other day, you know, recommending some 22s, you know, like what's too much to pay, what's a good deal, and getting back to the guns here, you know, these used to be like $50 a piece, and you could pick up a semi like that for like $125, you know, blinking 22 hunting gun. Like I said, these two here now, expect to pay between $200 and $250, $150 to $250 I should say. And these here, like this one's in decent shape. It's not mint, but it's in decent shape. You'd probably pay online maybe $300 for that. You see them online there. These are actually, they were made, I think this one's made back in the 1930s, maybe 40s. It's been a good, reliable gun for my dad. He likes it. It's a bit on the heavy side. It's got I think a 24-inch barrel on it. And for a semi-auto, it shoots very well. But that's what he likes. He likes it old school, old style. He doesn't believe in the scope for hunting for rabbits. He likes going with his open sights. And really, I mean, I know guys that put scopes on them. And, you know, they can be, these here, they can drive tacks if the barrel's good. And the barrel on that one's just like brand new, as is the Remington. This one here is a very good barrel. There's one teeny weeny little spot about maybe a half an inch or so from the muzzle where it's like a little dark spot where maybe some water might have settled at one time or some surface rust, and we cleaned it. Rifling is still there, but it doesn't affect the accuracy whatsoever. It still shoots little tiny groups. So other than that, you know, is there any guns, like they said, to stay away from? In my experience, not really. I mean, I've had good luck with 22s. Any single shots, there's not much that can go wrong. With the exception of maybe a weak spring or a firing pin, or sometimes if the headspace on the bolt gets a little sloppy, I mean, they can misfire like that. But for the most part, they're solid running guns, and that's what they were built for. They're just built to go into the bunny bushes and do their thing. So you can go out and have fun with them. But the only thing is the ammo. The ammo's getting expensive. So like I mentioned earlier about a 410, you know, everybody was using them on partridge and rabbits back in the day. Cheap ammo. And you didn't have to use your 12 gauge or anything, but now it's cheaper to buy 12 gauge ammo than it is to buy 410, which is kind of sickening when you come to think of it. So other than that, guys, just thought I would show you these 322s that I have in my collection. And they're the only three that I really have here that I use. I do have another gun that needs a spring. It's kind of weak in there. I have a CIL model 171. Which is a Remington clone, a bolt repeater made in Brazil. It's still a great shooting gun when it shoots. It's got an issue with the spring. Somebody had done some work to the bolt and applied heat to it, and they took the temper out of the spring, and it just doesn't strike as hard as it used to, which is a shame because the gun's in really good shape otherwise. So on the hunt for either a replacement bolt or an aftermarket spring. Have not been successful as of yet, so we just got her put aside, and maybe one day I'll find a parts gun and get her back on the range shooting. For the meantime, this is my 22s, and this is what I use to go hunting. So, would I recommend these guns? Absolutely. Nothing wrong with these guns at all. They're no frills hunting guns. You know, you can buy fancy guns like, you know, Winchester 94 22s, BL 22s. You can buy the pump actions, you can buy other semi-autos, but you know what? The bullet's not going to get there any quicker or any more accurately in my book for what purposes we use them for around here for shooting a game animal. They work just fine. And most times, the rabbit's not going to stick around for the second shot after you miss. Not if he's smart anyway. I'm going to flip you back around. And there we go. Back on the hazy side of the screen. What I do is I click my camera view around, and I also click the screen side. So the screen side, I get the like haziness of my my room light here. So hopefully when I upload this video, the haziness isn't an issue. I hope you found it informative. Anybody got any questions, feel free to put a comment down below. As usual, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I do have a gun coming this week. I'm not going to say what it really is, just to say that it's on its way, and hopefully get some videos of it out shooting, and do a kind of maybe an unboxing video. I hope to have it Monday or Tuesday, so we'll go from there, and I'll wish everybody a good weekend, a good evening, and we will see you on the next one, and ciao for now.